What?
Well, that's not very polite.
I'm not worried about polite right now. I don't want to talk to you. I can't make it any simpler.
You said you weren't responsible for the collapse of the Canterbury. Why?
Not that I need to, but I could call security right now and have them come up here and take you out. Is that what you want?
Who is responsible if you're not?
Janice, would you send security up here, please?
If you're not lying, I can help you prove it.
Janice, cancel that.
Yes, I understand that. But I'm holding a check in my hand right now. A canceled check that I wrote for that amount to your company. Please don't start that again. Look, would you just try looking one more time, please? I'm going to my door because someone's there and I'll call you back later. Yes, thank you very much. If that'll do any good. Marianne! Oh, no, I heard about the collapse on the radio. Are you all right? Is Gil okay?
Yeah, we're fine, and so is Peter.
Oh, good.
One of the workers was bruised up pretty badly, but it was nothing serious. And no one else was hurt, so that in itself was a miracle.
Oh, well, I've been trying to call you, and the phones have been busy. I couldn't get through.
Well, the switchboards have been jammed all afternoon.
Look, sit down. Let me get you something. Do you want anything?
No, thank you. I just had to get away from it all.
Well, tell me what happened.
Lori, it's such a mess. I really don't know that much. I know that the soil was not strong enough to support the building. Now, the county had filed a negative report against it even before we began construction. Now, the thing that looks so bad for Prescott Development, and Gil in particular, it seems as though he knew this before he began construction.
What? I don't understand.
He went ahead with the project knowing full well that there was a danger of this happening.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, why would he take a risk like that?
The money or the prestige? I don't know. I mean, this project was his baby. You know how much it meant to him? It was his way of proving himself to Dad and to everybody else. Lori, I just can't believe how angry I'm feeling right now.
What does this mean for your company? I mean, is it going to fold?
No, it won't. Now, I'm part of Prescott Development, too. I've been on that phone all afternoon. I've been calling the lawyers, the insurance people. It is a mess. But you know what the hardest thing is? It's trying to convince all the companies that we're doing work for that their projects are fine. It is amazing how an accident like this can just destroy people's confidence in you.
Well, listen, don't you give in to this pressure. You challenge them about questioning your integrity. You make them feel embarrassed. Oh, Marianne, I am so proud of you. I couldn't handle this as well as you are.
It's funny how rage just has a way of carrying you along.
Hey, use it. It's justified.
Well, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, Lori, but this is not the only reason why I'm here. Guess who just popped back into my life less than an hour ago and demanded my help?
Russ.
You got it. He's really afraid for his life, Lori. And I'm scared, too. He's not bluffing this time, and I'm afraid for him.
I want to get the facts. I want to report the truth. Now, if you've got nothing to hide, that truth will help you.
So it's Stacy Phillips in the Fourth Order to the rescue, huh? You don't fool me, sweetheart. I know what's going on here. This is your chance to get off the back page of the local section and up to the front page at my expense.
It could be to your benefit. Tell me what your suspicions are concerning how that soil analysis report was switched. I'll check it out.
No way.
Why not?
Because there's too much at stake here. This is my name that's on the line here, and there's nobody that can do a better job of clearing that than me. So if you'll excuse me, Miss Phillips.
Okay, for now. But I want you to know that I don't give up easily.
Now tell me what he said.
Well, it wasn't so much what he said. It was the way he said it and the way he looked.
Well, he's probably playing on your sympathy. I mean, he knows where you're vulnerable.
Lori, he's gonna be killed if he doesn't leave the country. Now, maybe that is playing on my sympathy. And maybe it is being unfair, but it doesn't alter the fact. And it is a fact.
Why are you so sure of that?
Because it's something he told me.
Oh, he told you.
Lori, please stop that. Listen to me. I came here for your help.
I'm sorry. But my distance with this makes me a little more objective than you. Now, if you want, I can just sit back and play it safe. I can just nod sympathetically and tell you exactly what you want to hear. But I don't think that is what our friendship is all about. And I don't think that's what you really want me to do.
Lori, if he goes to the police, he'll be killed. Now, there's someone on the force who is friendly to the organization. And yes, that information came from Russ. And if he doesn't turn himself in, there's some guy named Lance who will kill him. Lori, I realize that Russ is not beyond lying to get me to help him. But he's not. Now, I know this in the bottom of my heart. I know this like I've known very few things before. If I don't help him get out of the country, he doesn't have a chance.
Okay, so what do you want me to do?
Maybe you're right. Maybe I want you to nod sympathetically and to agree with me. To tell me that what I'm doing isn't wrong. To tell me that giving someone a chance to live is more important than any other consideration.
Boy, you really know where to hit.
What?
It's just that you're talking to someone who was so wrapped up in her own problems that she was willing to destroy her own child's life.
Lori, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It is. It shows me where you're coming from. And it is more important. To me, at least. Now. What does he need?
He needs money. He said that he's going to call me and tell me where to meet him later. Thank you for understanding.
I'm just a little disturbed about something I heard on the radio coming home from work. The building that Gil has been working on collapsed.
What?
Yeah, the Canterbury project, the one he never shuts up about.
Was he hurt?
What?
I said, are you worried because you think he may have been hurt?
Oh, hasn't even occurred to me. No, I don't think so. The radio didn't mention any injuries, at least.
Well, call and find out.
No, I can't do that.
For heaven's sake, why not?
Because it would take our relationship into territory I don't want it in.
Amber, what are you talking about into territory you don't want? It would be a decent human response.
Mother,
I
I'd
don't
rather-
care what your fears are. I would hope that you are capable of it.
I am very capable of it. It is something I choose not to do.
Well, it is a wrong choice. Very wrong.
For you, not for me.
Amber, for anybody.
Mother, he was not hurt. Knowing that Any move I might make in his direction, he would only interpret as a cue to cry on my shoulder.
Well, would that be so horrible?
Yes, it would ruin our relationship.
How do you think that Lee felt last November when he lost the election? He needed me more than any other time during the campaign.
Please don't assume that our roles are or should be the same. That's judging me from your standards. I think it's wonderful that your relationship can afford that. I understand that you obviously picked up right where you left off, and I'm very happy about that. But I don't want that kind of relationship with Gil. Not now.
When, Amber?
When I have room for it in my life.
Well, I am going to tell you something. You are doing a very good imitation right now. And Gil has every right to respond to you in just the way you don't want him to because of it.
He knows how I feel.
He says he does. But my guess is you won't allow him to say anything else.
He's a big boy. He can make his own choices.
It's probably Lee. If he does want to do a little crying, you shouldn't complain at all.
Whoa, look at this. Now, isn't it a shame I have to waste something like this on a thing as boring as a political fundraiser?
Well, you are the one that's doing most of the speaking. And if Sebastian has done some heavy editing, as I suggested, you shouldn't be boring at all.
You know, I think Kate is good for both of us. Because she keeps us striving for higher things, and she keeps us in line, too.
Come on, let's go.
My pleasure, darling. Good night, Amber. See you later. Gil, how you doing?
As well as can be expected, I guess.
We heard about the Canterbury complex. I'm sorry, Gil.
Yeah. Thanks.
The Canterbury complex, what happened?
Oh, I'll explain in the car. If we don't hurry, we'll be late. I'm glad you're all right.
Yeah. It's gone, Amber. Everything I've worked for. It's gone.
A building collapsed, Gil. We all have setbacks in our businesses.
This isn't just a setback. It could be the end of Prescott Development.
Welcome to the real world. Tell me, what does it feel like to be on the outside of that golden glow that's surrounded you all your life? It's the first time anything like this has happened to you, isn't it? It's only taken, what, 20-some-odd years? You'll just have to take your lumps like the rest of us, honey.
What is this? Why are you acting this way?
Because I don't want you to think that I'm going to be here to pick up any pieces.
Have I done anything to indicate that that's what I expected of you?
I think the fact that you're here indicates that, don't you?
I don't believe you. Who do you think you are? The all-knowing Earth Mother dispensing her gifts as she sees fit?
I'm just seeing this for what it is, and I wanted to stop it before any of it got started.
Well, you're wrong. That's not what I came over here for in the first place.
Oh. Well, this should be interesting. Tell me, Gil, considering all the things that have been going on lately, just why are you here?
I don't know. You know, sometimes I look at you, Amber, and I wonder about these feelings that I have for you and where they came from.
I never encourage them.
Boy, that's for sure. I don't suppose it ever occurred to you to say I'm sorry, or I'm glad you're okay, or what really happened.
You never really gave me a chance now, did you?
Me? You're the one that started in with this welcome to the real world business.
Because of where I saw it was going.
And if you remember, I told you it wasn't going that way.
What happened?
About an hour before the building came down, we discovered what was causing the shifting. The soil was too weak to support the building.
Isn't that something you should have known before you started?
Should have, yes. But someone provided us with a false report.
Who?
Someone who isn't exactly a friend of mine. I don't have any real proof yet, but I will. She's the only one that could have done it.
Well, if I were in your position and I didn't have any proof, I wouldn't go around making all those accusations. You don't know who's to blame here, and for all you know, you could be responsible.
I'm telling you, Carla, it was really fantastic. I mean, Stacy was like a different person. The way she stood up to McGovern, and the way she carried on, I'm telling you, there's no stopping her now.
Well, I'm glad she was given the chance to prove herself. But I'm just so sorry it was such a horrible incident that allowed her to do it.
Now, you wait a minute there. Now, I make a living off of stuff like that. I mean, good news is no news.
Yeah. Well, that's one area of your profession that's always made me uncomfortable. It just seems so ghoulish. You're sitting in an office waiting for something bad to happen.
Carla, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. Hey, want to go out to the airport and put some banana peelings on the runway?
Oh, stop it.
I'm only kidding, lady.
I wish I could be sure of it.
Oh, boy. So tell me, what's been happening around here today?
Oh, not much. But every time I turned around, there was Monk helping me not to do it.
Now, Carla, let's not start that again, please.
Well, what are we going to do about him? You promised me he wouldn't be hanging around here all day, and you haven't been able to follow through.
What do you want me to do? Pull a job for him out of my magic hat or
I
something?
don't know. But a promise is a promise, Gene.
All right. I wonder if he would be interested in going back to school.
No. No, he's not.
Tell me something, Amber. Have you always held me in such contempt?
Is that what you think this is?
Well, if it isn't, it's a pretty good imitation of it.
Then let me make my position clear once again. I hate weakness, Gil. In myself, in others. And for the record, I don't happen to think that's one of your traits. At least I didn't until today. I think you should accept the consequences of your actions. You will have my respect a lot more if you do something like that than if you go manufacturing your innocence.
I'm not manufacturing anything. Just trying to uncover it. And as far as your respect goes, that's the last thing on my mind.
Monk.
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough. Hey, I ain't going, Gene. Look, man, I don't want to be put through that again.
Oh, look, I think I'm going to start dinner.
Oh, Carla, I think you should stay right here.
If I don't do it now, we're not going to eat until late.
I am not concerned about that.
I am.
Monk, why don't you have a seat?
No, I'd rather stand.
All right.
You know, ever since my first day of school, they ain't done nothing but make me feel like an idiot. I was always in the lowest reading group, always in the lowest arithmetic group. Man, I didn't even have the right kind of shoes for gym. And you know, the day I turned 16, I just said, forget it. That's the way it was, and that's the way it's gonna stay.
Yeah, but you were always taking courses over there at Monroe Continuation School.
Yeah, well, that was only so I could learn how to read better. You know, I got kind of sick of asking embarrassing questions whenever I filled out a job application. Now I ain't got to do that no more, so that's it.
Well, wait a minute. Now, what if you didn't have to go back to those places anymore? Or what if you could get an equivalency diploma, say, at some place like Kingsley College?
Kingsley College? Hey, I haven't even got my high school diploma yet.
Wait a minute. Let me explain. See, guys like you would be a student classwork for students that wanted to become teachers, right? You would be helping them earn their degrees while you would be earning your high school diploma through that program. And come to think of it, you may be able to get a job over there at the Huddle. You'll earn a little extra bread.
You mean that old preppy hangout for them spoiled white kids?
Whoa, wait, now, Monk. That is a place where college students hang out. You might meet some nice people over there. So what do you think?
Hey, what's the catch, man?
There isn't any catch, buddy. I think it's a great idea myself. I'm just surprised I didn't think of it a long time ago. Well, give it to me. What do you think?
Well, you know I don't like to be made fun of. The minute that happened, I quit.
Honey, I think that's one of the greatest ideas you've ever had.
Well, if I may be so bold to say so myself, I agree. You know, it might be a cultural shock to Monk, but having him back in a learned environment, I think it probably would be the best thing that's ever happened to him.
But how's he gonna get back and forth?
Oh, no problem. He'd catch a bus over there on Knoll and then get a transfer at the Armory downtown.
You two have it all figured out, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'd say so. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. If the Huddle doesn't give him this job, I'm going down there and give them a piece of my mind.
Now, listen, Carla. Now, going back to school like this is probably going to be the bravest thing that Monk has ever done in his life. What I'm going to need from you is 100% support.
Now, why wouldn't I give him support?
You really want me to answer that?
Oh, Gene.
Oh, Gene. Come on, don't play so innocent with me. Now, if this thing is going to work, and it's going to have to work, he's going to need to know that you, in particular, want him to succeed.
But I do.
Yeah, for all of the wrong reasons, and that's coming through loud and clear.